day. This is another special podcast on how to overcome fear of failure. Yes, the reason why we are discussing this topic today is because I want to deal with this topic because I discovered that if there is one thing that have limits a lot of people that have killed potentials is fear of failure. Yes, fear of failure have truncate several potentials, destinies, dreams. So many potentials are in the graveyard because of fear of failure. I said this here before. Someone interviewed about 20 people that were in their dying bed. They were in their hundreds and 100 plus. What exactly do they, you know, regret on life? They never said a regret about things they tried and failed at. The only thing they up point was that things they never dared to try because of fear. That has been the reason why they are regretting. So today we want to look at some few points that will help us overcome fear of failure. Fear, because fear has been the main reason a lot of us have not been able to, you know, be or achieve what we were actually designed to. And I'm so happy today to discuss this topic because I know for sure a lot of people are going to benefit from this content. It's a great time that I want us to take a proper look at and let's study this topic sincerely so that we get something out of it so that it will help us in our day-to-day living. So first is that acknowledge that failure is a natural part of the growth process. Yes, failure, the way I looked at it, is part of the journey. You see, fail fast and learn fast. Nobody on this planet that have done anything great that has never failed before. Every one of us had failed at one point or the other. When you are afraid of failure, it will keep you in a spot. You'll be in one spot. But if you are not afraid of failure, definitely you will continue to progress in all facets. Because fail fast, and fail forward. There's a book written by John C. Maxwell. John C. Maxwell is one of the great leaders ever lived. And he wrote a book, Fail Forward. As you fail, keep moving. Learn it, pick the lessons, and move. That is what it is. So let's understand that failing or failure is part of the journey. It's part of the process. So don't be afraid. See failure as part of the process because each time you fail, there is something to learn. I've said this before that so many people, said, I don't want to fail. But it's better you try something and fail because when you are starting again, you are not starting from beginning. You are not starting afresh. You are starting from an experience because you are better off than the one who never give it a try at all. Number two, reframe your perspective by viewing failure as a learning opportunity. Yes. Rephrase your perspective, your view. See it as a learning opportunity. Don't see it as a deterrent or a pediment on your way. See it as what? A learning opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to learn. That is what failure does. Because when you failed, it means you are doing something. It means you are trying something. You are far better off than one who never give it a try. That's the reason why you must not let failure deter you from pushing forward. See failure as a learning process, as a learning opportunity, as a time for you to build yourself and capacitate yourself. Because some people who are not growing today, they are not growing because they don't want to fail. They don't want to take new step. They don't want to try something new. And as a result, because they know they will fail, so they are afraid. But you see people that are growing on daily basis, they fail fast. They fail fast. They fail fast. And they learn fast. And by so doing, you are growing. I can't count the number of times I've failed on several things I tried before I get it right. I can't count it on several occasions. Even me sitting here to talk with you, speak, it took me years. I failed at it time without numbered before I'm able to get to this level I am today. And I'm still trying something new on daily basis. I'm failing every day and I learn and I get better. Number 3, break your goals into smaller, manageable steps to reduce overwhelmed. You see, another issue also that's making us to see our goals as a threat is because they are too big. Our goals are too huge. Okay. In other words, what we need to do now is break it down into smaller chunks where you can easily manage it, act on it, and move with it. Because when goal is too big, it will overwhelm you. You will not know where to start from. You won't know what to do first. That's the reason why it is always good you break your goals to a smaller uh, goals where you can easily start it. Let me give us a practical example how to break down goals. How to break down goals. I want to make it very, very practical. I want to try as much as I can to make it practical. Take, for example, you want to be a YouTuber. You want to start also creating content on YouTube, on Facebook, and things like that. And maybe you only have a phone and you don't even know where to start from. You're asking yourself, where do I start from? How do I get content? What do I talk about? What do I want to talk on? And so these are some of the things. By the time you look at these things, you will discover it will overwhelm you. Then anytime you pick your phone, you want to do content, you say, I beg, I can't do it. It's not for me. I don't know how to do it. You understand? So I will advise that to do this, since it's very huge to you right now, look out. YouTube is a place where it's a university of its own. Look out for some people that are creating content already. Which one do you know you have the capacity to create? That's first thing. Don't watch random videos anymore. Cut it down to this is the area I want to go into. Now start watching those people that are doing what you want to do. Those are the content you want to be creating. Start watching, looking at them. Then get somebody that is already doing it. If you can have access to them physically, good. But if you don't have access, start from the YouTube. Begin to watch those things practically. Begin to watch it. Then when you finish, then most of the topic, make sure you jot down and begin to write it out. Then begin to talk it in front of your mirror. You don't have what it takes now to do the video, but begin to speak in front of mirror. Speak to yourself first. Initially it's not going to sound well in your ear. Exactly, that's the way it is to me. It is to me when I started too. So that is the way it begins. That's when you start doing that thing gradually, 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 until you gain that momentum to say, okay, I can face the crowd. I can come out now, people can watch me. Does it mean you won't make mistakes? Sure, of course, you continue to make mistakes. But while you are making mistakes, you are getting better. All of us make mistakes every day. But don't allow your mistake to be a stumbling block on your way, because every one of us have one time or the other make mistakes. And of course, whenever you aim high, you will always make mistake. You will make mistakes. Look out for people. Sit down, make up your mind. This is what I want to do. It's all about mind making. Make up your mind. I want to settle for this thing. Whether it pays me or not, whether they watch it or not, this is what I want to start with. You are not really looking for popularity, but you just want to build mastery. You want to build authenticity first. So when you get good at that thing, then you can navigate. You can, say, okay, let me um, divert to something else because I'm good in what I do right now. So that is how to start breaking down your goals. Maybe you want to read as well. I want to read for 2 hours. What do? Break it down to maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But okay, if I just 20 minutes, it's going to be easy to read. And when you say 2 hours, something you have never done before, it's going to be tough and rough. Then number 4, build resilience by learning to bounce back from setbacks effectively. Yes, how to build resilience is how to so that you build that resilience to help you come back to what you failed at. Some people, when they try something and fail, they will never step back again. They will never come back again. They will never try that thing again. And it's not supposed to be. When you face challenges in things, when you face setbacks, when you face detour, don't go back. Don't go back. Find a way around it. Stay put. Tell yourself, I'll find a way. I'll find a way. I'm not going back home until I accomplish why I set out initially. So that is the way to go about building resilience. Resilience is one thing that will help you. It's one of the great quality for success. If you don't have resilience, you will not be able to stay all through. You will not be able to be someone who go through all processes. So there is a need for us to develop or build resilience in all that we do because we need it to excel and succeed in all that we lay our hands upon. Then number 6, he said, use positive self-talk to replace negative thoughts with empowering affirmations. Yes, there is a need for you to encourage yourself on a daily basis. When you wake up in the morning, what do you tell yourself? Tell yourself the leader has woken up. Yes, you are a leader. Call yourself a leader. I've woken up. The lion is here. I'll accomplish all that I set out to do today. I am a finisher. I finish what I start. I don't quit. Yes, all those words you might felt, oh, they are just words, but they are not. It's not just words. You are empowering yourself. You are sowing into your life. I am a finisher. I finish what I start. We don't quit. I am not a quitter. I am a winner. You understand? Repeating these things on daily basis, they are taking root in your life. They are affecting and affecting your activities. Because you tell yourself you are a finisher, you wouldn't want to quit. You want to follow through. You want to do what you're supposed to do. You want to see to it that what you say you will do, you will do it. Sometimes say, we are just motivating yourself. Yes. Who else is coming to motivate you? Nobody will come. You are the one to motivate yourself. And let me say this, anything worthwhile, nobody sees it the first 1 or 2 years. You'll be by yourself. Every businessman you saw today that built great businesses, empires, when they started, it was like play. They were not serious. They said, look at this one. Look at what he's doing. He's playing. He don't know what he's doing. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, he left a very good paying job when he started Amazon. What was it all about? Selling books online. It looks foolish to normal human beings here. Why will he leave a job that is paying him very well in Wall Street? He went and started selling Amazon, selling books online. Books. He just put it on there. It was just, somebody, it looks crazy. It looks crazy. That's exactly what it is. So when you start something, it's not going to make, it's not going to impress anybody. Nobody's going to look at you. It's look as if you are playing. But keep at it. Today is one of the richest men in the world. They just think of something, they start it. Harry Potter, the same thing. When he started this stuff, most of the books he was writing, nobody accepted it. They said it doesn't meet the requirement. But he never let that deter him. He kept on. So what am I trying to say in essence is that let us not sell ourselves short. Let's not sell ourselves short. Encourage yourself. Whatever you are doing, encourage yourself. Because why? Nobody is coming. You are the one to encourage yourself. Tell yourself, I'm a finisher. I'll finish what I start. I am not a quitter. I can never quit. So encourage yourself, talk great words to yourself because that is who you are. Set realistic expectations for yourself to avoid feeling overwhelmed by pressure. Set goals that are achievable, goals that you know you can easily embark upon. Yes, I'm not saying you should set small goals. When you set big goals, break it down and start, you know, working on them little by little. Because when you want to overshoot, you might be overwhelmed. You might burn out. So that's the reason why it's important when you have a bigger goal, bigger vision, break it down into smaller chunks and then you start working on it little by little so that you will not be overwhelmed. That is what it is because setting realistic expectations for yourself to avoid feelings overwhelmed because sometimes you might say, okay, between now and next year, I want to make the sum of 50 million. Of course, you know that might not happen with what you are doing. Why don't you reduce the amount? If it goes beyond what you reduce, no problem, so that you will not be downcast or worried or overwhelmed by the situation. So it's important. Okay, I want to have 20 customers in 1 week. If you are not able to meet that, do you let that be a problem to you? No. So that is exactly how it is. And we must not forget the fact that man propose, God dispose. So set um, a realistic expectations that will make sure it encourage you to keep going, even though it doesn't meet it and things like that. Then the next one is that visualize your success and how it will feel when achieved. Yes, you see, reason why most people get carried away with their success is because they never visualize it. They never see how it might looks like. They never anticipate. So by the time the thing open up, they are overwhelmed and they kind of say, wow, I never expected it this way. Then they will begin to get distracted by their success. So visualize and have a vision that can accommodate your success at every point in time. You understand? Because when you have a vision that can accommodate whatever you are making, I tell you, you will never go out of your point. You will never go out of your way. You will never be swayed into something different because that is what you will continuously uh, work with. That's what you continuously work with. Then next on the line is that focus on the process rather than fixating on the final outcome. We are so much in a hurry to be looking at the end of the journey when we supposed to be focusing on the process because you get better by the process. You get better by what you do on daily basis. Focus on the activities. You understand? Yes. Have eyes on the ending, but focus on the daily activity because that is where you will gain the momentum, gain the experience, gain all that you need that will help put you in shape, also help you develop the capacity you need to sustain that success when you eventually arrived. So that is exactly what it is. Then reward yourself for courageously facing fears and taking calculated risk. There is a need for you to constantly reward yourself at every victory you record. Yes, because it's not easy. Many people started the same way you started, but many fall wayside. But for the fact that you are still standing and God is blessing you, there is a need for you to reward yourself from time to time, celebrate yourself, tell yourself, yes, I am doing well. And remember, it's by God's grace who brought you this far. So learn to always appreciate the one who gave you life, who gave you opportunity to have come this far. Honestly, we must not take any of that for granted because as we celebrate ourselves, we must celebrate the one who gave us life as well, which is God Himself, because that is the only one that will keep us going at every point or journey in our life. I want to say I thank you all today. It's a special day. We'll continue to bring more great content that will enhance and get us better in all that we do. Kindly share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content like this. Thank you.